Hello, my beautiful kings and queens. So I have a really quick message for you today. And what I want to discuss with you is basically if you are pursuing your dreams, your goals, your passions, or your heart's desire, what you're going to have to understand is that you're going to have to trust the process. Trust the unknown path because the path is going to be unknown, and you're going to have to release control. Okay, release control of trying to direct how you want to get something achieved, expectations, or your outcome. Okay, now basically I'm doing this video because I want to share my own personal experience. So for many years I was yearning to pursue my gifts and talents, to have the free time to nourish my talents. Okay, because I have a lot of talents. But anywho, I felt held back by having to go to work, because you got to go to work, you got to pay bills, you have expenses that need to be taken care of, and then you have personal needs as well that needs to be paid for, to your stability, your comfortability, things of that sort. So I ended up, just in my life journey, I ended up starting my own trucking company, and more money was coming in, and I was like, okay, more money, I can pay these bills, and I have time. But I ended up taking that time and investing into my business, even though it was making money, but now I have money, but now I don't have time. Okay, so anywho, I just remember consciously thinking that I really wanted to pursue my dreams, and even though I still was running my business and everything was successful, I still yearned for that. I would watch videos and I would get excited when I would see other people doing and pursuing what I wanted to do, and I would just keep thinking to myself, why is it that I can't do it? What are they doing that I'm not doing? So I just remember going within, and I would ask my ancestors and my spirit guides, and in your case it would be God, the universe, whatever you believe in, what do I need to do? And then I would always be guided to walk away from everything. But I was like, walk away from everything, like walk away from my business, to just let everything go, leave the past in the past. And I was like, but how am I going to pay my bills? But I never got a response. So in the beginning of 2022, I just remember having this inner nudge to pursue my dreams. And I just kept feeling it, and it continued to grow, and grow. But I still continued with my business, and the inner nudge just kept coming, but I was just kind of confused, right? So one day, I just remember I had a rough weekend in trucking, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. I'm used to that. And then just one day after that weekend, when I took self-care, the calling came back and was like, look, don't go back to work. Don't go back to work. So I was like, don't go back to work, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, how am I going to pay my bills? Like, I have business expenses because this is the trucking industry. I have personal expenses. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm single or whatever. Like, I don't have anyone to rely on to support me while I pursue my dreams. But that's what the inner guidance said. It was like, look, just trust, walk away from everything. So at first I was like, no, this can't be it. But when I did my trip, what you call a trip inspection or whatever, my tires were slashed. So that was a sign. That was like a number one sign, like, okay, my inner guidance was being truthful. So I paid, because I knew that if I didn't follow it, it was going to happen one way or another, because what you want already exists, and there's a path that's already created by universe, the God, your angels, your ancestors. So it is a path that you don't see that's already created for you, because obviously you don't know how to get to where you want to go. You've never been there before. So anyways, so that's what I did. I stopped going to work, my business, everything. I just let everything collapse or whatever. People thought I was going crazy. They were talking about me, the people closest to me or whatever, and they were not supportive at all. So I just remember only having $6 left in my account, my personal account. All my business expenses came through. The business account was just gone. It was like negative over $1,000, and I had used my money in a personal account, putting gas in my Jeep, and because I was living in my semi truck and I had a Jeep and I didn't have my own place because it was just me. I stayed over the road, I stayed working, and that was it. Those are all the things that I needed, but I was glued to my seat. So anyways, I just remember only having $6 in my name, and the first indicator that you're on the right path and that God, the universe, your angels, your ancestors are always by your side is, I'm about to tell you what my personal experience. So what happened is that I had $6 left, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do for food. Like, what I'm going to do. Then a thought came, and I hadn't talked to my brother in a while, and it was like, something just told me to call him, but I didn't call him with the intentions to ask for money. So I just remember telling him that I had decided to walk away from my business to pursue my dreams and to let everything go. That's what the inner guidance had told me to do. And while we was on the phone, I didn't even say anything. I was like telling him what I had been told, that if I take this path, this is the reward that I would get, and I would have financial success. I heard ching go off or whatever. He sent me $500 from Cash App. Lie to you not. I didn't have to ask for it. I didn't hint around it or anything. I was simply just telling him what spirit had told me, and he had got the same calling, and I had no idea. I did not expect that, okay, because I sure wasn't going to ask. So he continues to support me. Like, I'm trying to say, he stepped up, because all those other people were not supporting me that was around me, that was friends and family or whatever. But my brother stepped in and he started carrying me. So I just knew it wasn't going to last, with him supporting me financially, and he had a family of his own. And so I was like, man, I just know that time is coming when my brother's not going to be able to support me. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. But I just kept the faith. I kept trusting the process, the unknown. And the next thing I know, my little sister had ended up, I worked up the nerve to ask her for $100. And what ended up happening, and this is the bridge of events, okay, is that she gave it to me, but she made me feel bad or whatever. And she thought that I should go back to work. She didn't understand what I was doing. So she called our mother and she gossiped about what I was doing, thinking that my mom was going to take her side. Because initially my mom was kind of like, she had stood back because she didn't understand what I was doing. Then after the conversation, out of nowhere, bridge events, it was right on time. She called me and she stuck up. She was just like, I may not agree with what you're doing or how you doing, but you're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting nobody, so I'm going to support you. Boom, my mom started sending me money to help me get food and gas so I could continue to pursue my dreams. I wasn't paying no bills with my phone bill, but this is the bridge of events. This is the path or whatever. So she continues to support me. And then it's a whole lot of other, because the time is getting a little bit long, but it's a whole lot of other. I'm gonna give you one more. So of course I ended up moving from my semi truck because I was parked on one of my friends' lot and he didn't agree with what I was doing, and it got so bad that I just had to just abandon my truck and just get in my Jeep. And I was living out of my Jeep, still pursuing my dreams and things like that. And then I couldn't figure out, Spirit was telling me not to start my Jeep anymore. Like, if I stayed parked somewhere, to stay parked there. So I was like, but why? You know what I mean? Why do I need to stay parked? So I was obedient and I stayed parked or whatever in one place, and I would live in a Jeep and I was sleeping in it or whatever, and I would walk wherever I needed to go. So about, I think 5 months into that is when I was talking to another man pursuing his dreams. You can start crossing paths with people that's on the same path similar to you, but he actually had his vehicle had broke down, was in the shop, so he was living outside. So I was trying to help this young man out as well by, like, any money that I had, I would get him some food and I showed him how to make a fire from scratch. Yeah, this is how you do. This is the path. Ain't it crazy, y'all? Trust the process. So what ended up happening is that he told me that there was a he was with some bank, which ended up being the same bank that my vehicle was through. Remember, I'm not paying any bills. That was the guidance. And they had a low jack on his vehicle, and that they could repossess his vehicle. And I was like, wait a minute. I said, so if your car is off, can they do it? He like, yeah, if your battery not working or if your car is off, then they can't find your vehicle. And that's when it came to me why Spirit kept telling me, don't start your Jeep or whatever. And then the battery ended up going dead in it anyway, so I couldn't start it. And it came to me, that's why they didn't want me to move it. They trying to buy me time to live in my Jeep or whatever. So you have to trust. And it's been 2 years and so much has changed, so many signs and so many blessings have came in to keep me moving forward on my path. So I just want to tell you, like, if you want to pursue your dreams, your goals, your passions, I don't care what it is, what it looks like, okay, you must trust the process, release control, because a way is already being made. A way will always be made. You will always have a place to go. You don't have anything to worry about. I have seen some of the most miraculous things happen, even with my phone bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't had no money to pay the phone bill, so I would do the promise to pay. I did it for like 3 times, and then like I didn't know I could do it a 4th time, or if I would be, and I don't know what happened. Something might have happened with the cell phone tower or something. I don't know. My phone got turned off, and the next thing I know, it was turned back on. It was just turned back on. Let me show you. God, the universe, your ancestors, your spirit guides, they see what you're doing, and when you are obedient to your purpose and your path, they will move mountains to make sure you are successful. All right, y'all, love you so much. Bye.